So one of the key ideas about customer development is after you understood problem, customer solution, and you're now testing your solution, you're doing it with a series of what are called minimum viable products. And think of minimum viable products as small experiments that you're running in front of customers to elicit responses about whether they like the features, whether they're the right customers, whether you have product market fit, eventually about whether you have pricing, etc. But you're trying to use these MVPs to get learning. And if you're an engineer, the concept of MVPs sometimes seems so simple to you, you get it wrong. Because an MVP is not a smaller version or a defeatured version of the big product. The key insight is that minimum viable product, or MVP, is a shortcut to learning. Let's see a great example of what happens when we get the MVP wrong.
Hi, Steve. Thanks for taking this meeting.
Oh, great to meet with you, Dan.
So I'm working on a startup I'd like to tell you about.
Sure.
We're providing farmers with high precision imagery of their farmland so they can increase the yields on their farms. We're doing this by flying a drone with a hyperspectral camera over their farmland and giving them instantaneous feedback of what's really happening on the ground.
Well, that's exciting. How do you know farmers even care whether you do this?
So we've actually talked to hundreds of farmers and gotten
You did what?
We've talked to farmers.
Wow.
We really understand what they need and they're really excited about this product. So we think the next step is to build our first MVP and actually try it.
Great. What's the MVP?
We want to build one of the actual drones, put a hyperspectral camera on it, and run it for one farm.
I see. And how much is this going to cost?
So we need about $120,000 in seed.
So Dan, it seems to me that you did everything right until an MVP. Didn't you just tell me that the thing the farmers care about are the data?
Yeah, that's true.
Did they care about whether it came from a drone or an airplane, or are you putting the camera on a stick running across their fields?
No, they don't.
So if in fact, if the data isn't what they need, do you have a business?
No.
So don't you think the first thing you want to be testing is whether the data, regardless of how you put it together, is actually something that farmers would grab out of your hands, grab you by the collar and say, you're not leaving until I sign up for the service?
I guess you're right, yeah.
So my belief is the mistake you're making is the mistake all great engineers make, is thinking that the MVP is a smaller and quicker version of the final product. I'll contend in this case you want to shortcut the traditional MVP process and actually figure out if you're testing what the core of your business model is. Product market fit is not about the drone. Product market fit is about a class of farmers with high value crops with data that you think that's actionable for them. I'm guessing on fertilizer and diseases, etc. I'd be trying to figure out how to do that quickly. Can you imagine how you could do that?
We could rent a plane and fly over their land with a camera.
Right. You could do that in a day, couldn't you?
Yeah, for a lot less than $120,000.
You might want to consider that.
Thanks.